Most welcome to the Voice of Evolution. Hope you're doing well today. Hope you're really getting tired of the real disease that is going on, and that is the old newscast, the everyday media, and the news that is creating actually the disease. Because nothing can really enter your energy fields if you reconnect with your true essence, and most people do not even know what their essence is because people have lost their connection to the reality of their essence as they descended from the spirit worlds and many universes out there. And so we will need to know how to reconnect to your spiritual capacity, to your source, and paving the way for your spark to explode in radiant health and into the domains of light intelligence. Because intelligence and mentality has been broken down for the most part of people. If we look 100 years ago, back here on the planet, people, let's say age 70 or 80, were more fit than those in their 20s right now. So doesn't that ring a bell? Health is off because physical fitness is completely off. People have grown lazy on the planet with all the technology that we have. But is it really technology that feeds us and that moves us forward in evolution? Many is not. So here, the airplane tried to cover that up over and over again as the universe has been repairing, resetting, rearranging everything on an everyday level the past 20, 30 years at least. And so this time around, choices are up. The ecological system, biological system is repairing itself and is demanding our body to reorganize back into the organization or divine order of the universe is directed by your source, your spirit, your spark, of course. And so, as these choices are over, the body will have to rearrange back and move synchron with what the universe states. And that means that the whole geometrical patterns in the universes are rearranging, and so we have to rearrange with it, otherwise we die, right? Otherwise our composition it becomes out of order completely. So we are always aligned to the geometry of the universe that matches our geometry, and we can level up into that because the body recalculates continuously when understanding how to move into your light composition, the photonic light constructions or formulas that can open up into the entire gene pool, and the construction of genes can completely change once we open that up, because everything turned dark forces such as hybrids, the monsters of the universe, name it. I don't want to tap into that because if you do, your consciousness gets there. So we're there to create fear, to cloud over the brain in the first place, or light essence. And when opening your light into the photobombs, photonic compositions, through design, through math, geometries, realignment, then there is nothing that can stop you to move into perfect health. And so no other organism can just move into your energy, because light always blocks anything that is not perfect health or blocks diseases out. And so your body can reorganize all of the time uh, taking into account that you teach yourself about light technology and thus your origin essentially. So that is all there is about it. So people have lost their faith, people have lost their trust, people have lost knowledge, intelligence, remembrance. So what is left? Nearly nothing at all. Well, we will not be warned once again. Many people will simply leave the planet. That is just that. If we're still discussing that any low degree, low instincts like the food of the animal production lines are good for the body, then yeah, just go with that line, because if you are not willing and resisting to understand what is really going on, that is simply a rebalancing of all universes with this universe where we are living in. And so that is divine order, and getting there is massive good information, and certainly not on the Google machine, because that's the same as the newscast, right? Creating disease and debris. So over the millenniums, the admixture that allowed for gene pool mutation between root races and the higher races, actually, they so that connecting links of let's say genetic modeling has gone lost, and that is what we experienced. And so the brain was taken over, the body was taken over, every inch of health was taking over. Look at the food industry, the plastic foods, the plastic vitamins, plastic minerals, herbal kingdom. So definitely biology, geoecology is very important to study. But in consequence of the earlier genetic disruptions, the universe is preparing to bring through the lost color links in the human gene pool. So most people just do know some colors between black and white, but there's massive, massive, massive colors between black and white to restore into the body, into the genes. And so when that is all close up to your hand palms, to your feet palms, your heart center, all these energetic centers and wheels that are actually wheels of light have been cut up into the darkness. So, and here, what I would like to come to is that meditation, or the information that is coming to what meditation is actually is, or what can do for you, is actually recreating your body of light. And that is so much out. It's the same as the old newscast, creating disease, because every meditation should lift you up, should upgrade you when knowing the alignment. And so overriding, eliminating fear, anger, sadness, poor health, addicts, all that stuff can easily be overridden, but with some good knowledge, of course, and getting your light body in the first place. Because if you don't have it, how will you move into that consciousness as a pure light? So that is being done through the color geometries that form a particular grid, which have been talked along so many times. And that grid contains color ley lines, which in turn match a particular genetic material, and that promotes genetic growth. So if you have, let's say, a very dark spot in the body, which everybody has everywhere, and you place a color grid over that, that can open up the light back into the body, and that moves up in opening the eyes to see and to feel in the first place color, or your authentic essence, actually, and that moves you back in to health. So through these color grids there occurs actually what happens is a pure crystallization within your genetic material, so to speak, to a point in which your genes can open up to photon light, and that will attract or open up actually the door to let light in. If you've never worked with light through meditation, then all these portals are closed off. And so the first thing I do in seminars is open your body to receive that light, to open up your receptors and the receptor cells so they can communicate with light, and so you can communicate with yourself and understand what your particular self-healing is really about. So to facilitate the grid and higher evolution, we need to use color attachments which scans the genetic arena actually, and then certain thermodynamic bands will connect with your body as well, and then we can connect communication to the biology of Earth. We can connect to the communication to the new solar system and open that new solar system in your body, because that is how the universe rearranges your construction actually, or your biological construction to the biological construction of the universe. And so then we can open up templates of light. We can open up new localized transferences, because every country, every city has a different composition, has different information, and opening up or rewiring the brain into the new solar, celestial, and universal system, at least the celestial bodies and your spiritual bodies all the way up. And that creates a massive grand energy field. And that energy field, once when you work with it on an everyday level, so if you need more electricity, you can load that, with that more energy, not through food, but simply through light composition. And so the more you move into these light compositions and become a light wave actually through the changing of the cellular construction into the spiritual construction, that is massive, because you can simply open that up, and even to a level to what is termed bilocation, and that is easily being understood when the body becomes truly light and you have less and less and less need for the physical foods to come through. And that is so wonderful. So here again, do not pay attention to anything that is a virus. If your organic construction has not been opened up to receiving light, then that is the first thing you can do to detach completely from the old earth plane and moving into light earth planes through a simple alignment, at least holding yourself in such a beautiful and wonderful grid, and where you can understand that transferring and working with light will give you intelligence back, will give you the knowledge, the trust, the faith into the divine, because in the end there's nothing else. Everybody on the planet is here to restore the light body of the planet along with their own light body, and so we have to explode above the electromagnetic system called the matrix. So will you be there and do what you need to do only in the hood? That is not too much to ask. So moving through, if you don't have the setup for today's light body, not of yesterday years, which we see a lot of meditation, so people do not move forward. If you move day one today in a meditational session, open up your light body and install a grid construction really. And first thing, of course, is eliminating your fear, your panic, your resistances. Then you should have changed completely in 7 days. So I'd like to hear that from you if you're willing to do it and work alone what the universe is requesting. So no more attention to the lower degrees of this earth plane. Okay, thank you. Bye.